Yeah, it does.
Just like it loud.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's not loud to you?
Nope. No, it controls yours only. This controls mine. Welcome back to It's a Treat When Players Meet podcast, starring your host, Prince the P, 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 the P. Welcome back. Episode 44. Special episode, man. We're going to get right into it, man. You know what I mean? Same thing per usual. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell a friend, you know, because we're going up. We're going up, we're going higher, we're elevating, and that's what we're doing. No matter what the circumstance, whatever the situation is, we're going up. So today's episode is going to be called Can't Be Ugly Talk. Can't Be Ugly Talk. Episode 44, baby. So let's get into it. But before I get into it, I hope everybody is enjoying the summer. Going out, doing something positive. Make sure you get something you always wanted to get done. You know, whether if it's, cleaning out a closet, an old closet that was crazy. Get to it. Or, cleaning a room, or, something like, that you just been like holding off. Make sure you get to it. It could be something minuscule like that, or something big. Just get to it. Just do it. Definitely just do it. So, yeah, let's get to it, baby. Can't be ugly talk. So, we live in a weird generation now, a strange generation, to where it's like, oh, hey, what's your Instagram? And then, people tend to go to your Instagram and then judge your Instagram and pictures and all this stuff, and then that they determine if that is you. You know what I mean? So, we live in a weird generation, you know what I mean? And that goes back to, can't be ugly, because, you take pictures, you could be catfish, meaning on the inside, I really think a person can't be ugly, on the outside. I think the only way you could be ugly is from the inside. So, you you tend to judge a person from the outside, and then they could be ugly on the inside, man. For sure. I'm a firm believer on that. Definitely, I'm a real firm believer on that. Can you put that down there? Yeah, might be easier. Trying something new. Probably put it under there, on that thing. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. That's way better. Yeah, so you can only be ugly from the inside. So I know we live in a weird generation where people tend to judge you off of your Instagram or, all this, that, and the third. But, it's a strange world, man. Very, very strange world, you know. Um, because a person could have attributes of an unreliable person. A person could just be pure, just mean. It can be disrespectful. Can be, all the things in the book that, the attributes of not a good person. So, have you ever met anyone and they're just, damn, the opposite of what you thought? Definitely. Like, you ever met someone like a friend or something? It's like, or not a friend, but someone, you meet them in person, like, damn, you are not what I expected you would be. Yeah. No, in person, like their personality, old friends, girls are like that. They have a pretty face and then ugly on the inside, you know, all the time. Not all the time, but definitely, you know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I'm a firm believer on that. Excuse me if it's a slow start, the podcast, Hope everybody also has just been cracking a book open, you know, gaining knowledge from the YouTube, my YouTube. I'm really big on that. Was going in on YouTube today and scrolled on a person. He's going up lately. The School of Hard Knocks dude. I really like his content. Definitely 100%. His content is amazing. Because it's like, I was thinking about that, like, the knowledge is literally out there. It's literally right in front of your face. And I don't think people are gatekeeping it.
No, and like he's literally like he's going up to these people and
Mhm.
trying to get like advice on like business and like sales stuff like that. But like little do people know, it's not even what he's asking people; it's his approach. How he's constantly like aggressive, like not taking no for an answer. Like people shut him down. He's like, okay, on to the next. Like
On to the next,
it's
on
what
to the
he's
next.
doing. That's why he's so successful.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's literally showing you.
Oh, yeah.
But
Literally.
people think it's like what other people are saying.
Half it is, but the proof is in the pudding. He's literally showing you how to have a successful a successful YouTube channel, network. He's literally showing you how to network with people, which is the most important part in life.
Just imagine like how many times in each video that he gets rejected
Oh, man,
and people are like rude to him.
a million times, a million. You're going to get rejected a million times before you find that one person. 100%, but that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. You just got to you just got to go through it. You got to go through it to get to it. 100%. You got to go through it to get to it. But yeah, no, I don't think people are gatekeeping, I don't think people are gatekeeping success at all. Literally. It's just doing it. That's why I said just Nike, just do it. Just like the podcast, me just doing it. And you're gonna come through bumps and bruises. ups and downs. You're definitely gonna go through ups and downs, and that goes back to can't be ugly. Can't be ugly, man. Can't be ugly talk. You're gonna go through it, man, to get to it. So yeah, no, I've been heavy on that. Looks on the well, of course, that's a given. That's what also I wanted to say. Everybody, they don't want to see you look good, man. So make sure you look good. At the same time, make sure you brush your teeth. Get a haircut. Smell good, work out. Definitely, because these people are preying on your downfall. They want you to look bad. So I always keep clippers on me. Cut. Shape myself up. Turn the magnifying glass on yourself, because the last podcast I said to put a magnifying glass on your situation, whether if it's your family, your friends, your job, your life, the decisions you make in life, all that shit, right? But turn the magnifying glass on yourself as hard as you can. So, like for example, like me with the braces and shit, like okay, I need to get my teeth right. It's cool, but it needs to be 100% right. Like, oh, my body, okay. Let me get in here and do these pull-ups, let me do this. Let me go hard. Niggas have been boxing lately. Hold on, let me get in the boxing gym and go hard. Got to do that.
There's one person that's an expert on that topic. It's you, because you don't even leave the house like you always leave the house like perfect.
Man, hey,
even on like a casual, like even just running somewhere quick.
Yeah, your what do I always say? Your presentation is your representation. I always think that, but of course you're gonna have bad days, sick days, of course, But even though, push through that shit, as much as you can. Really though, push through it, 100%. Because they don't want to see you do good, man. I promise you. Yeah. And another thing I wanted to say, don't worry. I always think about you. These people know who I'm talking about. When I'm in the gym, I think about you. Let me get closer to the mic. When I do the podcast, I think about you. When I go to sleep, I think about you. In the gym, I think about you. When I walk Millie and see her poop, I think about you. I think about you. So don't ever think I don't think about you. 100%. I always think about you. When I'm in the studio, I think about you. When I'm reading a book, I think about you. Push-ups, sit-ups, I think about you. Running miles and miles, I think about you. So you always got to put that in your head. I think about you.
I'm like Joe from You.
That's so funny. No, yeah, that's serious. That's how it has to be. Don't let it be a situation where you get into a horrible breakup, and then you want to get on your shit. Don't let it be a situation where you just going through shit. Fuck no. Even when shit's good, go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy, crazy, crazy. But I wanted to say that, though. Definitely. 100%. Yeah. Because it's like, talk about some Joe from You. No, I think about you. One thing for sure, and I always think about you. But let's besides that, You know, what I mean by that is, of course, my listeners, when you go through things, use the for fuel for fire. You know what I mean? So don't let it be a situation where it's like, oh man, nah, fuck that. Put on a suit, put on a tie, get fresh. Like, I think about you. When you approach people and they're disrespectful, reciprocate the energy by respect. Put in your head, I think about you. So all the people that's done you wrong and all that stuff, put in your head, I think about you. And I guarantee you these people are thinking about you as well. 100%. So when they dream about you, when they lay down and dream about you, that's that energy. Let me stop this you shit. Let me go back to the can't be ugly talk. But yeah, man. So, I really think you can't be ugly though, man. I really think you can't be ugly. The only way you could be ugly is from the inside, man. And that's a big thing, big thing that's going on. So so make sure you do your best and try your best to represent yourself very well and not be rotten on the inside. Don't be the person to be stuck in this, way of thinking, way of life where it's like, oh, this person has 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subscribers or followers. Oh, he must be no. It's not really like that. If this girl has no, it's not really like that. Stop it. This person could be a real just weirdo. Definitely.
So how do you even overcome being ugly on the inside? Like,
How can you overcome being ugly on the inside?
yeah.
Well, there's a situation where it's those evil people from the inside that
But if that's just you,
yeah, it's just them.
how do
Yeah,
you change it?
that's them. That's them. I say it's possession. You could be possessed. You know, whether if you hit a vape, drink alcohol, smoke weed, that's a possession. So you get possessed. But you could also get possessed off of when you get done wrong. When you get done hella wrong and then you change. You know, that's a possession as well. So you could change the whole, you know, way of thinking and how you act and how you treat people. You know, but go to church. Go to church. Go to church. If you can't handle it, go to fucking church. I don't mean to curse, use church is the same thing. That's pretty bad. We're in central sphere of God too. But yeah, that or turn the magnifying glass on yourself. That's why I said turn the magnifying glass on yourself. The only person that you could really control, because you can't control outside things. You can't control what happens to you. You can only control what you do and how you react. You know what I mean? Because you may be on your journey of trying to accomplish your goals and, complete the mission, and things are just coming at you many different ways, and that's how it is. That's how life is, for sure. So you just got to really turn the magnifying glass on yourself and control the monster in yourself. Because once you control the monster in yourself, boy, I tell you, because that's what I said. It's just like working out. When you get in the gym, you feel sore as fuck. It's just like, boy, it's like, when you're going after your goals, it's gonna be tough because you're doing something outside of the box. You're doing something out of the norm. You know what I mean? You're doing things. You're doing things. You're doing things. So when things are coming at you, you just gotta really turn the magnifying glass on yourself, and then be like, I think about that. Not I think about you, but I think about that. I think about that. You know what I mean? I think about that. I think about you. So I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack myself. You know, and that's how you have to be. You have to attack yourself. You know, get some more extra reps. You know, research more shit on the internet. You know, research more stuff. You know, network more. You know, you may get turned down like the dude I was saying, the School of Hard Knocks dude. You know, you may get turned down a lot of times, but just continue to, you know, keep a good spirit and be yourself, and, you know, keep on going. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Just imagine people that even situations where, you know, relationship wise. Well, it goes hand in hand. Relationships, you know, relationships. That's the big thing. Relationships. You know, yeah, getting rejected. You know, trying to date, you get rejected, or trying to be friends with somebody, it just rejects. It's a rejection process. You know, but one thing for sure, in the relationship with yourself is the best. You know, because you're gonna attract what you know, what you put out. 100%. I'm the best person to explain that. 100%. 1000%. You know, boy. So especially for the young men, you know, it's tough. You know, tough. Girls too, it's tough. You know, finding chicks that you can vibe with. Young men trying to, but you know, you really ain't gonna get it till later though. No, you don't want to force any. Hey, this is by choice, not by force. That's the name of the game. No cap.
I feel like when you start forcing things, that's when like bad things happen.
Yeah, when you force things, bad things happen. For sure. Bad things happen when you force things, for sure. You really gotta just, you know, always tell me, you will always find things when you don't look for it. And I've heard you said that too before. You always find things when when you least expect it.
I think it's like when you feel like desperate for something, that's when you're not gonna get
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I don't
For
know
sure.
why. I don't know what it is.
I don't know, it's probably the law of attraction, probably. Probably the law of attraction. Definitely. Law of attraction.
Maybe thinking like I already have it. I don't need that. I already have it.
Yeah. 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 That's true, yeah. Yeah, man. Can't be ugly talk, man. Get to it. You know. You wanna use your brain. Use your brain, man. Use your brain. I've been on the brain topic a lot too as well. You know, your brain is very powerful. Let's talk about that. Always talk about that though. Your brain is super powerful. Well, your brain is everything. It makes me feel like I regret like being so young and dumb and sipping drink back in the day. Dumb. You know, because that shit's not good for you. You know, definitely. Glad I never did anything crazier than that, but you know, that definitely, that's crazy. For sure. Definitely.
Like kids,
Yeah.
teenagers,
Oh man, that's crazy how you just brought man. Uh
peer pressure, like feeling
yeah.
obligated.
So I was thinking this because I was like, man, like I I was thinking about Tupac's analogy, Thug Life, and it's an acronym for the hate you give little infants, fuck everybody, right? And I always thought about that, but that just goes back to when I was young and shit, you know, and how people are young and then people that are older and wiser and been through shit that would attack the young motherfuckers, really though, not in a good way, right? Like knowing like, okay, little bro, he's gonna mess up. You know, he's bound to mess up. He's young. Young motherfuckers mess up, you know? But what type of person would I be to attack him in a way to destroy him? Instead of course, you know, I last summer, like, I attacked him to make him better. You know? You have motherfuckers out here that really would attack young motherfuckers to make them worse.
Like how so?
How so? Saying things, you know, even doing things to them to where it's like going to throw their shit off, you know?
I think that could go one of two ways. Like the first way, which I think you're talking about, is like they see them and they think about themselves being that age and they regret like not doing certain things or not being able to like get certain opportunities, so they feel like jealous, you know?
Boom.
Because they're older. But the second way,
Okay.
like not so much in like a negative way. I know it's like I've realized as I've gotten a little bit older that it's really frustrating to look at younger people and know exactly like what mistakes they're going to make. And you could tell them exactly what to do.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not going to listen to you and they're still going to make the mistake.
Oh, man.
And that's just so frustrating. Like
Man.
I can only imagine like how parents feel like
It makes me think back when I was younger, like, damn, I wish I would have listened.
literally. Like, just imagine how frustrating it is.
Oh.
You can't control.
You can't control them. Yeah. And
they
and also they won't listen.
Yeah, they're just
They're hard. They no matter what, no matter what, like get out of that relationship.
You literally know
that relationship is bad.
It.
Yeah.
Been there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Throw the alley oop, dunk that shit. But yeah, no, that's real. Yeah, but yeah,
I think we should, since it's like summertime, not to like go off track, but I think we should touch on.
We can never go off track
a little bit because like I know you probably have like younger viewers, like maybe like
shout out Japan. No.
Like some younger viewers that are in high school, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I know summertime is like party time and have fun.
Oh, party, drink, fuck, suck, and do some more.
And it's like, you don't have to do that to be cool.
No, you don't have to do that to be cool, man.
Like, drugs are not cool.
Drugs are not cool.
Like at all.
Oh man, that I'm always gonna be a firm believer on that. But if you're going out having fun, make sure you use protection. You should be smart, you know. Even though we don't listen, we end up having a baby during the summer, young, having a baby.
Well, that.
The summertime. That's what a lot of young kids be doing.
I'm talking about like drinking. I was talking about like drinking and drugs, partying. I get what you're.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and for a girl, like if you don't want to do that, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Like literally, just because you're getting a little bit older, like not to get weird. Like not to get weird. Right
no, because that's not weird because
like,
there's people that people that
like, oh, it's not cool to be a virgin.
Yeah, there's people that have you ever heard of that where parents don't talk to them about that?
Yeah,
because it's like an uncomfortable topic.
Oh, I couldn't avoid that.
We could be their parents.
Sex ed.
Yeah. I got a C in that motherfucker. A C in sex ed. The class.
How do you do that?
I don't know. That is funny.
But yeah, like just because you're like getting a little bit older, you know, like, and you feel the pressure.
That reason why I got a C because I could care less about that shit. But go ahead.
Like you're getting a little bit older, and like your friends have like already done it, you know. And you're like, oh, I'm still a virgin. Like that's not cool. I feel like pressured, you know.
Yeah.
Like, don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Like it doesn't even matter.
Literally.
And like drinking, like you see everybody else drinking, like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make you any less cool.
That is true.
And then it leads to like drunk driving.
Oh man, you don't want to do that.
Bad things happen.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And if you do it, you better have bars, nigga. You better have bars, but don't do that. That shit, boy. You kill someone with that, you're done for. You're cooked.
You could kill yourself too.
For sure, 100%. Or people in the passenger or whatever the case may be. Definitely, 100%. You know that goes back to can't be ugly talk. How do you be ugly? Doing that shit. That'll make you ugly. 100%. But yeah, no, just be smart. Just be smart, man. Just be smart. You know, definitely treat someone that, you know, if you try to think as hard as you can to where it's like if you had a kid, if you had a daughter or a son, you know, would you want them to be, you know, riding around with someone, or you partaking in the shit that you think that is cool, you know, doing, you know, 100%.
Yeah, be a leader, not a follower.
Definitely be a leader. You know, that's how you could be ugly on the inside, not being a leader. You know, 100% being a goddamn follower. You know, that's real. That's 100% real. You know, and just being smart ain't hard. I don't think being smart isn't hard. No. Being smart isn't hard.
I think people just think they're invincible, especially like kids. They think they're invincible. That's why they do dumb things like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, when you're young, I guess you start thinking like that. When you get older, you start slowing down. 100%, you start slowing down and start realizing stuff. You start having kids. You start, you know, priorities start stacking up. You got bills, kids. You got stuff, you know. Unless you're just a knucklehead out here and you don't have goals and shit. And if you don't have goals, boy, that's how you could be ugly. Priorities out of whack. You don't have goals. You don't set goals super high. That's just crazy. You know, how can you have an opportunity to wake up when another person didn't have the opportunity to wake up? Or, you know, woke up, another person woke up and got sick, cancer in the hospital, or no legs, no arms, can't see, can't damn near breathe, can't motherfucking shit, can't motherfucking piss, can't whatever. So many things. Can't even think. Probably my uncle, he's vegetable right now. Still. You know? 100%. So there's so many, you know, and you choose to be ugly on the inside, judging somebody off of their Instagram, or judging somebody, or, you know, thinking this person isn't going to be someone, or in the next 10 years, this person is somebody owning your company that you're working at, you know.
I think that's the ugliest thing you could be, is a bully.
Oh.
Like, especially.
Woo! We could go deep on that. Man, shout out my uncle. My uncle. He said, man, how can you get bullied and you this big? No cap. Shout out the homie. He know what's up. Should call this nigga on this shit.
And another ugly thing you can do is like
I wasn't a fighter though.
seeing somebody be bullied
Oh,
and
man.
not like stepping in.
I stepped in before.
You know,
I definitely stepped in before.
like just being like a bystander.
I for sure stepped in. Oh man, this one dude. Let me tell you a story. It was high school, and he was like a big motherfucker, huge, like huge. And like when I was a freshman, I was skinny, scrawny. You know, nigga tried to, shit, but I wasn't scared of shit. But we was in the locker room. No cap, this is real shit. Shout out to him though, if you ever watch this shit. But he goes. He was like always had a chip on his shoulder though. For sure. Yeah, he was like a senior or something like that. Big ass motherfucker. He was on the wrestling team. For sure. Shout out to homie though. Well, this motherfucker, I don't know, changing the locker room. This motherfucker move. I'm like, nigga, you better say excuse me. I was like, nigga, but for that nigga, hey, skinny, I was skinny nigga, but strong nigga. And I hit the 1, 2, 3, for sure. But the bullying though, that's the most horrible thing you could do. Bullying is like it's big and it's huge. And it doesn't matter if you're in high school, elementary school, or whatever the case may be. Bullying is real and it's alive. You could be an adult and still get bullied. You could be the most successful person and still get bullied. Bullying is real and it's alive and it's nothing to joke around. Because shout out my aunt. She said you could be that determining factor. You don't know what the fuck can be going through motherfuckers' heads. Motherfuckers could be dressed nice, looking nice, smiling, having a podcast, doing their job, having a nice family, doing all this shit, right? Going to the family gatherings and all this shit, smiling, and you wouldn't even know. My cuz was talking about that. Cuz from Compton, he was like, I guess we had a family. I ain't gonna go deep on it, but nigga, it's really like that. Really taking their life because it's like so much pressure built up. And that's nothing to joke around with, But I know there's bad days. There's days, you know what I mean? But I know I have my bad days and I may come off, or, you got family that, but them, your family, the person that you got with, unless they just do some crazy outlandish shit like motherfucking goddamn beat the fuck out of you or some crazy shit, or really try to ruin your fucking life, But, when these people have these bad days, all right, but it's never been a situation where you just end it, end it on them, or disrespect them to the, because this is a real big thing to talk about. And that's the number one thing you could be ugly on the inside about, bro. You could be, that is the most, that can make you super ugly. You know what I mean? That could definitely make you super ugly. 100%. That could make you super ugly. By just going out your way. But, it's a stemmed thing where it's like bullies get bullied. I always say that. Bullies bully and hurt people. But you could break the cycle. But it's hard. That's the thing these people need to understand. People need to understand. And I'm me, I've been through it, and I work super hard to not be a statistic in that. You know what I mean? Call it what you want. That means turning the magnifying glass on yourself and controlling the monster. That's what I'm saying, controlling the monster on the inside. I know it's really, really hard to do, but trust me, I 100% believe in you. You could definitely do it, 1,000%. Because it's possible. And I'm a firm believer on anything is possible. For sure. So And that goes back to the last podcast. What I was saying, being black. There's a stigma behind. Oh, you're black. You're crummy. You're bummy. That's bullying. You know, if you're short, hella short. You know, if you grew up being a pissy ass, a motherfucker pissy as shit, nigga can't control his piss in the bag, young nigga. Hey, it's all right. It's cool. You feel me? So I'm a firm believer on you can stop that cycle and change. And if you and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If you are that type of bum ass motherfucker that is like that, that's just a bully, and you've been bullied or been through some shit, right? Check yourself. A bitch could be a bully too. Don't get it twisted. A punk ass bitch could be a bully.
What do you mean? Anybody could be a bully.
Yeah, for sure. Punk ass bitch, a motherfucking goddamn anybody could be a bully. But yeah, so if you're that type of situation where you've been bullied, and then bully, control the monster on yourself. Think about that. That's what I'm saying. Think about that. Meaning, go after your goals. Treat the next person with the utmost respect. You're gonna have to go through 100 million bullshits to find that right situation. Whether if it's a person, whether if it's a job occupation, whether if it's that, you feel me? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's man, I'm big on that one right there. I hate bullies. Where I come from, we bully the bully. You know what I mean? We don't like bullies. You know? Fuck a bully. You know?
And I think if you have been a bully to someone, like, own up to it. You know?
Right. So nobody's perfect. If you really went out your way to ruin somebody's fucking life because you got, were bullied and you went on chain reaction, try to own up to it. Own up to it and change your ways. Change your ways. Because that shit isn't right, man. That's not okay. Because you got to think, if you had a son or if you had a daughter, would you want them to get bullied? Like, you got to really think about that. Really think about that. Like, really going off to school or going off in life, and do you want them to be bullied?
I'm showing up to the school. I'm marked it in there.
You're going to jail. You're going to sit in that cell like it was worth it. You're going to be on the bed just like this. Like, nigga, it was worth it. Stainless steel and everything. Cold.
That's okay, though, because sometimes when
stainless steel. You don't know what that shit feel like.
When you expect the authorities to handle things, that's the last thing they do. Like, I don't want to go.
What do you mean? What do you mean, respect authorities?
No, when you expect, like, the authorities
to... Like the boys, the police to come?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to do that. They're going to do everything but what they're supposed to do.
You got to go deep on that. What do you mean?
And, like, schools, too. Like, you expect, like, the principal or, like, the... What do you call it? When they go in the office.
Oh, yeah.
Counselors, like school counselors, like most of the time they don't actually handle those situations. Like sometimes you have to take it into your own hands.
Yeah.
Same thing with
for sure
the other topic.
Yeah.
Most of the time they don't do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to take things into your own hands.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Do you think that if your kid is being bullied, do you think it's acceptable to approach the other kid's parents?
For sure. For sure. That's what my people did. Shout out my parents, man. For real. They pulled up. Knock knock. But yeah. You know. It's like people take your kindness for weakness, which I don't know why. You know, people say the right things. Shout out Uncle Pac. I told you I've been on Uncle Pac heavy this summer. I'm bumping nothing but Uncle Pac. Say the right things and get, I don't know. It's just the world we live in.
You're unique when you stand out.
When you're unique and you stand out and you do, yeah.
You're obviously doing something right.
Right. When you're strong enough to.
For them to pick you out.
Oh, let me pick you.
About you, mess with you.
Let me pick you out.
Try to mess up what you're doing.
Let me see. Yeah, let me mess up your emotion. Let me mess up your thought process. You know.
It may be super annoying, but you have to take a step back and be like, I'm doing something right.
Right.
Like if I'm triggering them this much, like,
fuck you.
Let me keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, man. But I know it stems, like I said, it stems from being bullied and other things too. You know?
Yeah, but we've both been bullied.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Yeah.
And I've never went out of my way to be
never. Like, I never went out of my way. It was like, hey, bitch. You know what I mean? Only if you deserve it. Only if you deserve it. You know what I mean? But yeah, a dude or what? But it's different for dudes though. You get killed. You bully the wrong person, boy. You do not even the wrong person, boy. I think girls literally don't get the wrath.
No, girls are the biggest bullies. They're so mean. Girls are mean. Girls are mean.
Girls are mean.
They'll bully behind your back. They'll talk about you
behind
your back. Spread stuff about you. They'll say things to your face that are mean. They'll get like a whole hate group just for you.
What's it called?
Kids too, which I don't understand because like little kids, like are you just born like that? Like are you just born mean, or is it like the parents? Do you think? It's
no girl.
Because little kids bully.
It's both. It's both. It's both.
Like, are you just born weird?
Females.
Is it just in your genes?
There's a rare type of female though. You know what I mean? That doesn't have that, and you have that. You don't have that in you. You know. You don't. Trust me, I read people very well. But there's other females, most, that they just like that. They're just like that. And aren't as strong. Aren't strong enough to stop the chain reaction, stop the chain reaction, stop the chain reaction, stop the chain reaction, stop the chain reaction.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're afraid to be different. Like, it's like a peer pressure thing.
But that's hard. Stop the chain reaction. Stop the chain reaction. Stop the chain
reaction.
Don't
do it.
It's
just
tough.
Don't be mean.
It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Trust me, it's tough. I came down to the point where it's like,
I get it. Like,
so I say you don't give a fuck. Really,
like other people might not like you if you're not on their bully program, like being weird together. Like, yeah, they might not like you, but why would you want to be around people like that anyways?
Right.
Why would you want people like that to like you anyways?
Right.
Like, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself.
Right.
Like, I feel like girls are the biggest sponges.
100%.
Like, that's literally most of the girls that I come across, they don't even have like their own personality. They don't have like anything about them that's original. It's just from each person that they're around, they just soak like everything up about them and they just become a sponge.
Yeah.
And then they try to do it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but
just treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah. Pop said that. Yeah, just treat people how you want to be treated, really, though. But like I said, what if someone is like listening on the other side, and they're like, how do I how do I continue to just stop the chain reaction? How do I continue to be strong?
Like, in
When
what
people are
way?
just treating me because
Oh,
I'm
people are treating you bad?
yeah, because I'm looking different, or if I'm trying to get my swag up, or I'm like I'm just different.
I think you just have to be mentally strong and know that, like, they don't like you because you are different and they're
Okay.
jealous that they can't be like that.
Boom.
Like,
Because you are one. You are the only person. You are one of one.
they're jealous that
There's only one of you.
they're not unique.
And you're the best.
They're
You're
just
the best.
like everyone else.
You're the best person you could be,
But also, like, if you can, just separate yourself from people like that. Like, don't be, like, what did you say the other day? Don't go somewhere you're not celebrated.
Oh yeah, don't ever do that.
Like,
oh yeah, don't ever do that.
like
don't
if you're uncomfortable going somewhere, don't go
do
there.
it. Yeah,
like,
that's I've
have to.
had to learn that kind of late, but it's okay. But yes, don't go somewhere you're celebrated, just tolerated. That's horrible. That's the worst thing you could do. But it's crazy how we're talking about this, because also, what if it's your job? Because there's some people that I already know what you're going to say. That's why I'm telling you this. What if it's your job and you have to, like, it's your job. It's how you pay bills. I have to be around these people that I work with.
Keep it on a work level. Keep it professional.
Mm.
That, or find a new job.
Find a new job.
But it's like,
that goes hand in hand, because I'm going to tell these people, hey, I'm going to tell you what they won't tell you. It's just not this city. It's just not this state. It's just not this country. Shit, it might even not even be this fucking galaxy soon. So expand your horizon. Don't be so in a little fish tank. And I always thought like that. Yeah, it may hurt because your family's close by. Yeah, because woo woo. Yeah, because it's what you're used to. Yeah, what if? Yeah, oh, back against the wall. I don't give a fuck. I've been there. Grab a little backpack, hit the fucking road. Again. No cap. And that green tea, you put extra green tea in there. Prince, the P. But yeah, nah, man. But more of the story is, man, don't be ugly on the inside, man. Don't, man. Life is too short, and life is too just amazing. 100%. Shout out this new song I heard by E40. It's too much real shit going on. Stop worrying about the fake. Quit worrying about the fake. It's too much real shit going on. Stop worrying about the fake. Stop worrying about the fake. So there's a lot of real stuff going on. There's so much beautiful stuff going on in the world. So much. Beautiful people. There's beautiful opportunities. There's a beautiful life. So I know it's so annoying. It could be so annoying because it could literally be the closest people to you. It could literally be you're trying a new occupation or trying to think outside the box, doing what you got to do so you don't have to, and things are coming at you. The growing pains, being in a situation that and then growing and, but man, it's a beautiful struggle. You just have to look at the beautiful, the real, for sure. And stay the same. Shout out my grandma. Rest in peace, Grandma Lorraine. She always used to say that. Baby, stay the same. 100 bill, never change. But of course, charges to the game, you always have to reinvent yourself. That's why the $100 bill always blue strip, whatever the case may be. But it's still worth the same. It's still the same. I'm going to give you guys some free game. Shouldn't be doing this, but Prince, the P. You always have to change yourself, when you're in a relationship, because if you stay the same, whether you change your hair, change your physique, change your brain, your thought process, read new knowledge, come with different slang even, you know, because if you are still the same, you will lose that girl. You will lose that dude.
Like, don't get too comfortable.
Don't get too comfortable.
Like,
don't lose yourself. Don't. So it's because that is free game too. I literally had to pay for that shit. But I love you guys so much. But change your appearance. So you always have to, if you get the braces, if you can't afford it, hey, stack up, save some money, you know what I mean? Woo. Change up the style, drip kind of, wear the suits if you don't wear the, hitting the gym, you know what I mean? Changing your hair here and there. Like you have to change, change the smell, cologne, different cologne, or, you change different, you know what I mean? Change it up, but still stay the same on the inside, keep it real on the inside. That's how you keep a long relationship too, because, boy, there's somebody else that's leveling up.
I think that's how you could tell, like, if a relationship is good or not, too. Like, if the people in the relationship are just, like, longer they've been together, they're just starting to look, like, a little bit more rough, versus, like, other relationships where they're constantly, like, looking better.
Yeah.
Like, but elevating.
Yeah. That's why you always got to stay planted too, though. You have to stay planted. Like a plant, like a tree. Stay grounded. Stay 10 toes down. Because seasons, there's different seasons. There's the winter, the summer, the spring. When the wintertime, the trees fall off the leaf. And then it may have it. And then what happens after it springs? So but you still grounded, 10 toes down to the pavement. Go through the seasons.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's why I feel bad for Brebra. That's one bad thing about Brebra. I ain't gonna go too deep on the topic. Relationships are not perfect. Life is not perfect. But when you're in the spotlight and people shine the light on your shit, that's the bad thing about being in the spotlight and your relationship in the spotlight. Because, nigga, everybody goes through shit. Everybody shit stink. No cap, everybody shit stink. When you, you know what I mean? Use that as a voice thing. The wet part, like.
Girls don't do that.
Yeah, girls don't shit. But yeah, no, yeah, so yeah, stay planted, stay 10 toes. That's what we say, staying 10 toes down. You stay 10 toes down, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's real spill. Going ups and downs, man. Shit. I think this shit gonna be perfect and shit, smooth sailing and shit, nigga. It hurts to work out. Shit, it hurts to my pops always said, life hurts. Even hurts get a haircut. Shit. God damn it. If you embrace the pain. That's why I said I think about you. I think about that. That's what you got to put in your mind. I think about you. I think about that. Every time you in the gym, every time you search YouTube up and you research things to do everything different, or you know what I mean? You have to think about this. Think about it. Think hard on it.
Are you talking about another person or yourself?
I'm talking about a person. I'm talking about a situation that happened to you. I'm talking about both. It could be a person that hurt you. It could be a situation that happened to you. You know what I mean? You know, any type of situation. You're the fires and shit in LA, you know? House could have got burned down. That's a situation that happened to somebody. You know? Life. Losing a family member, losing a loved one. Shit be tough. Or, you know, someone, a person disrespecting you. You know? Trying to get in shit that they don't have no business getting into, which is your life. You know? So, yeah, just remember these things, man. Remember this shit. Because I told you this, I was like, Pop, you know, some people are in a different stage in their life, whether if they're 80, 85, or 90, and they know, like, damn, I don't got too much time here. Right? So why don't you think like that when you're, you know, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29?
It's the same as being a kid and not listening.
It is. It's tough, right? It's tough. That's why I said it's tough. It's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough. You just got to be tougher. Man, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like. You know what I mean? We're going up. Make sure you go hard in your life. Make sure you stay positive. Make sure you work out. Make sure you read that one page of that book, you know, randomly. You know, hey, you know, make sure you research things. Make sure you look at the right shit on YouTube because the information is out there. Make sure you try something that you haven't, make sure you do something that you always wanted to get to something you haven't got to today. You know, get to it. You know, whether if it's, like I said, cleaning, organizing a little closet or something, or, you know, doing whatever. You have to do it. You have to do it, or getting an oil change. Something a little small, a little task that you know what I mean? Definitely do that, man. Or, you know, investing in something, pinning a little bit of money, investing in something that you know, thought about doing, or doing something that you know, just do it, man. Just do it like Nike, man. You know, 100%. You know, stay positive, never negative, like I always say. And, you know, go out and do something, you know, positive, man. Man, I can't spit this enough. 100%. Can't be ugly talk. Episode 44, man. The only way you could be ugly is on the inside. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. And if you are the person that's been bullied, hurt people, you know, try your hardest to, you know, stop that chain reaction. I know it's going to be tough because you're going to have these negative thoughts in your head like, run it. You definitely going to have that negative thought in your head like, run it. Run it. But control the monster in you and go and think about that while you're getting fresh. You know, while you're treating yourself good. Don't beat yourself up. Please don't beat yourself up. Please, please, please don't beat yourself up. Because like I always said, it's just like working out. You know what I mean? It's just working. It's working. I promise you it's working. We're going to go up to the top together, though. You know what I mean? Any Any last words on it? No. Can't be ugly talk. Episode 44, man. Well, we gonna head it out how we always head it out. I wasn't able to call anyone, but I promise I'll call somebody and stuff and make sure we have some good entertainment and stuff. There's probably some stories and stuff, whatever. But, you know, we're gonna head it out like how we always do, man. Can't Be Ugly Talk, episode 44. You know, it's always a treat when players meet. Podcast starring your host, Prince the P. Don't be ugly, y'all. Stay positive.